All right, let's watch this first.
Area just down the line from here. With this public-private partnership, the construction from what was dubbed Airport Max moved fast.
Can you hear Eli out there? That's so cool.
A public review committee, a public commute committee gave the project the nod in 1998, and construction commenced in June 1999. The line opened just 2 years in September 2001. The MAX line has served our region well past over the decades. And now, we are looking forward to a better red, one that serves more stations, giving more people a one-seat ride to people.
What do you mean? They couldn't just run the red line. They have to have there's already a track to Hillsborough. You do know that, right? There's already actual trains that run to Hillsborough. But for some reason, they need $200 million to send the red line down there. And nobody really understands why, because it's really not. This is a complete pork barrel thought up by these brain-dead executives to feed the light rail mafia $220 million.
PDX.
Oh, by the way, the buses are all leaking. There's no bus drivers. The system is a mess, and this is what they're doing. This just gives you a little view of how disconnected the elites are from reality. And nobody will really pick up on this.
That's capacity on board in a growing job center of Washington County.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. There's already trains doing this. This does nothing. It does not going to increase anything.
Efficiently reducing delays throughout the MAX.
It's not going to reduce delays.
Well,
nothing they do reduces delays. We've been watching this for years. Over a decade I've been watching this. Nothing reduces the delays. They say the same thing about every pork barrel project. It's going to make the ride better. It's going to reduce the delays. It's complete lie.
Not be able to see all of your smiling faces today. We feel your support, your appreciation, and your enthusiasm for a better red.
Nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about it.
For 3 years, I had to fight that.
During this pivotal time in American history, the Biden-Harris administration and the U.S. Department of Transportation, under the Secretary's direction, are focused.
Can you hear Eli in the background screaming? That's so cool.
On investments in infrastructure projects such as this one. Projects that improve safety, promote equity, combat climate change, and
the only good thing about this is Eli in the background.
Create jobs. A better red will put people to work.
It's not.
Once completed, it will take people to jobs,
what about
education, to community services,
what about
to recreation, tourist attractions, and destination.
Can you believe this? This is so fucking ridiculous. Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
Nations throughout the world. And they will be able to do that on a light rail system now powered by 100%.
Yeah, sure it is. Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Administrator Fernandez knows well that
Administrator Fernandez.
And that
this is your elite celebrating themselves. We see this over and over and over. Just like Doug's retirement, you have all these elites broadcasting their great successes, which are lies, celebrating themselves. It's offensive. It's offensive for the citizens to be subjected to this crap. And we put up with it. We take it.
Transit rather than driving requires investments and more and better transit services. It is my pleasure now to welcome up to the podium Administrator Fernandez.
Administrator Fernandez, look at him with his fist bump. Cute. Oh, look, a black woman, yeah. There's no white men anymore. They're all gone. All the white men have been thrown out. And just, it's just virtue sick. It doesn't mean anything's going to change. They just put some other faces in there to make you feel better about things.
Good rainy morning to all of you. And thank you, Sam. On behalf of Secretary Pete Buttigieg and the Biden-Harris administration, I am really
Biden-Harris.
pleased to be with you here in Portland as you.
Yes, and on behalf of the Biden-Harris administration, I'd like to thank you and give you this $200 million for you to give to your crony capitalist cronies. And I hope you enjoy it. We'll come up with all this nonsense about how it's going to make things better when anybody with a brain can see that it's just not going to do anything.
Officially break ground on the Max Red Line Extension and Reliability Improvement Project, the Better Red Project.
The better useless project.
I am so pleased to join Portland City Commissioner
So I just hear Eli screaming in the background.
State, Washington County Commissioner Phi, and Curtis Robinhold, Executive Director of the Port of Portland, as well as many elected, appointed officials, and those representing members of Congress who have worked tirelessly for years to make today possible. I also want to recognize you, Sam, as the TriMet General Manager. You have done a great job here. We greatly appreciate your work to bring this important project across the finish line. And I want to acknowledge
This is a bullshit.
FDA Region 10 Administrator Linda Gertz.
Oh, we want to acknowledge FDA Region 10 Administrator, everybody. Oh my God. It's really sickening.
Excellent staff for leading the great work for federal transit programs in Oregon. So I'm excited to be here at
You
the
are.
Max Red Line groundbreaking to support TriMet's Better Red project. This work is kicking off today, and it will begin to respond to the demand for more light rail service by extending the Max Red Line 10 stations into Hillsborough and improving public transportation throughout Portland. We at FTA are very proud to be partners in Oregon to support the Better Red project with, as Sam mentioned, nearly 100.
I suggest you check the Twitter feed and listen to all the buses that are broken. They're putting all their money into this when the exact opposite is needed. The buses need to be fixed. This is called the light rail mafia has a stranglehold on your transit district. Okay? And there's nothing you can do about it, nothing I can do about it. The TriMet just ignores me now. They don't even process my public way. That's how corrupt they really are. We'll just ignore them completely. We won't even process his public record requests. And that's your government, okay? They have no accountability to anybody. It's a complete farce, corrupt, criminal organization.
$100 million capital investment.
It all goes to the bureaucracy and the contractors.
Portland residents have been asking for more light rail service.
No, they haven't, you stupid ass. They just voted no on that. They voted no. They have not been asking for more light rail service. Nice try, liar.
In a few years, they will be able to ride the red line from Hillsborough to the Portland International Airport, a one-seat ride.
Oh boy, they could have done that yesterday. All they had to do is run the red line to Hillsborough down the track that they have. So I see this was conspired, I guess, years ago where they said, let's hold this back for a pork barrel in the future so we can pretend that somehow we're making things better when in actuality you're doing nothing. It's absolutely nothing. You're doing nothing. One seat ride, that's supposed to be, you gotta be kidding. Oh, and by the way, I used to take the goddamn train, and they always have a blue line right behind the red line. It's not like it was a huge inconvenience. This is just a lie and a pork barrel. This is the most transparent pork barrel. I mean, division's a pork barrel that wasn't necessary either. But, you know, we're stuck with this capital projects cronyism here, who does everything but provide actual transit service to people. And it's just a disgrace that the citizens don't care about it. It's just this pork barrel, and all these people making all this money off of it, and it's the way it goes. And you can't get a ride. Your riders are stranded. It's such a disgrace. It's just like everything else in this fucked up country. But get your shot, everybody. Get your shot. Everything will be great. Meanwhile, they're robbing us blind. There's people dying in the streets. The buses don't work. It's just, the whole culture is such a disgrace. Come on. Come on.
And with new southbound access to the Gateway Transit Center where we stand today, the red line will provide a seamless connection to the blue and green lines, creating the opportunity for riders to easily reach destinations throughout the region.
It's
This will
nothing.
improve access to all Portland has to offer without having to set a foot in a car, helping
What a bunch of crap. Can you believe what she's saying?
reduce carbon emissions.
It's not going to do anything.
Equitable transit network.
Equitable. You fucking lie. This is disgraceful.
This is so important because we want to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity at getting where they need to go. So while groundbreakings command...
I've heard a lot of bullshit coming out of this TriMet, but ever since Sam took over, the bullshit has just gone off the rails. It's not even close to being believable. I mean, it's so absurdly, it's so ridiculous and obviously transparently stupid. It's laughable.
A lot of attention, and this one would not be the least. It's also important to focus on the capacity and state of good repair of the investments that you all have made together with the federal government over the years. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to TriMet for committing to upgrade the transit system by undertaking track, switch, and...
I love Eli in the background. It's the only good thing about this.
Second set of tracks in 2 sections.
Oh, look how cute she is.
These benefits will provide a ripple throughout the entire MAX system.
Move it along. I don't want to listen to you. You can't even fast forward this crap.
To ride the red line with you. Thank you.
Go away now. Go back to your little office, wherever you are. No, Sam. You're over your head, Sam. You're way over your head.
Administrator Fernandez, we are honored to have you here, and we so appreciate the support of the FTA. A Better Red will add a second set of tracks to the red line here in the Gateway area.
So what?
And up near Portland International Airport.
So what?
That will help keep trains moving.
It will, huh?
Not just on the MAX line, but throughout the MAX system.
You know how?
That means a Better Red will make transit a better option than driving.
It's going to do nothing.
Each time someone leaves their car at home for a shared ride on transit, it's better.
Your ridership is down
That's critical
50%.
as our region takes action against climate change.
Your region's doing nothing for climate change.
Champion than Commissioner Joanne Hardesty.
Oh, here comes Hardesty.
The Portland Bureau of Transportation. Commissioner Hardesty, come on up.
Hardesty is sold out. She got in office campaigning against Wheeler. As soon as she got in office, she was a big supporter of Wheeler. Everybody that enters these government systems sells out. You cannot be part of this system and change the system. They all sell out the minute they get in, Hardesty included. And listen to this shit she's going to talk about here. Look at this fist bump, yeah. Stupid asshole.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. What a fabulously Portland day we're in.
Oh, God.
As the Transportation Commissioner for the City of Portland, I am so pleased to be here today to welcome Administrator Fernandez to our city. Portland is known as the City of Roses. We are known worldwide for innovation in transportation and as a leading city in using transportation and land use planning to reduce carbon emissions. It is so wonderful now that we have a leader in the White House who believes in science and will serve as a strong partner in the City of Portland's effort to reduce carbon emissions.
Carbon
Thanks
emissions.
to federal support.
They have to throw in the lines, reduce carbon emissions, and nobody rides TriMet anymore. All right? There's nobody riding it. all the so-called choice riders have abandoned